Hello, fellow duelists. This is Shadow of the Moon, and welcome to another creepy deck profile from my Halloween-themed deck profiles of October of 2022. So, this is going to be my Red Eyes Black Dragon deck profile or Red Eyes Dragon Link. And I know that there are branded Red Eyes deck profiles, and that a lot of people have those channels. They have a lot of profiles on their channels, and they went with branded. I, however, don't want to do that. I have tried it. I had the cards ready. I was building it, and I just didn't like the strategy and didn't really like the theme and stuff. Maybe just call me crazy. I'm just a little bit different. I like being able to use my Red Eyes in a way to being able to bring out 3 copies of Red Eyes Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and being able to kind of burn my opponent for damage, and also being able to capitalize on a lot of things. So this is going to be continuing my Red Eyes Black Dragon deck profile until they eventually do come out with a support. So this is an awesome deck profile. I love this deck. I love Red Eyes because Joe is my favorite character from the original series, as is I'm sure it was a lot of yours. And this deck is amazing because it is so fast and it's so combo heavy, and I love combo decks. That is one of the reasons why I wanted to keep it like this is. So you are going to see some few changes in here. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight on into it. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys so much from all my subscribers. Thank you for, watching my channel and always subscribing, watching my channel and viewing my stuff. Just taking the time out and just doing it. That's really, really cool and just really great. And I really appreciate it. And if you ever have any comments or suggestions or anything, please, you can post them in the comment section, and I will always read them. And I can always consider them, because to me, it's always good to be able to know and be able to upgrade your deck and just get ideas from different people, because a lot of people, you guys do have a lot of really good ideas, and I really do appreciate that. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight on into it. And he says I got my Joey Field Center, pretty cool. All right, so first off, obviously 3 copies. I ended up finally getting the 3 copies of the starter deck Joey, which is exactly the one I want. This is the main card in the deck. A Ferocious Dragon with a deadly attack. Obviously, this is going to be your boss monster. It is the Dragon of Potential, whereas Blue Eyes is the Dragon of Power. And then 1 copy of your Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon, which counts as another Red Eyes monster because it is a Gemini. And then we've got 2 copies of Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon. You discard a Red Eyes monster or tribute a Red Eyes monster from your hand or field to special summon this card from your hand. Also, this card is great because if it's in your graveyard and your opponent declares an attack, you can also special summon a Red Eyes monster from your Red Eyes Black Dragon from your graveyard and double its attack, making it 4,800. So as soon as they attack you, if you got this in your graveyard, you can just activate it. Red Eyes Black Dragon will go onto the field with 4,800 attack, and a lot of times your opponent doesn't know what to do with it because they're an attack declaration, so there's not really a whole lot that they can do. Alright, then we've got 1 copy of Malefic Red Eyes Black Dragon. This is a great tech card in here because you use this for Dragon's Ravine, or use it if you field spell. If you have a field spell, you can remove from play a Red Eyes Black Dragon monster to special summon this card from your hand, but just keep in mind that you have to have this, you have to have a field spell, otherwise this card does get destroyed. Alright, and then we've got probably the best Red Eyes, and I eventually would love to be able to get these in hollow, are the Black Metal Dragon. Alright, so Black Metal Dragon is a great card because it is not once per turn, and you can continually use its effect. Every single time it goes to the graveyard, you can add a Red Eyes monster from your deck to your hand. So that's mainly what you're going to be doing, because you're going to be summoning this, you're going to be sending it to the graveyard to go into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon will activate its effect, and Red Eyes, or Black Metal Dragon, will activate its effect. Both of those will allow you to start your combo. You'll get Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, or Red Eyes Black Darkness Dragon, or whatever, and that's going to allow you to keep going with your plays. This is a great card, honestly, in my opinion. I love it because it is what makes it great is it's not once per turn. And you got your 1 copy of your Black Stone of Legend. I made this ultra rare. This is a great tech card because if you have it in your hand, you can tribute this to special summon a Red Eyes Black Dragon from your deck. Also, if this is in your graveyard, you can actually shuffle back a Red Eyes to be able to add this back to your hand and use it as fodder again. And then we got 1 copy of Red Eye Darkness Metal Dragon. This is what I was talking about. This is going to be your trigger point for it. So basically, you can special summon a Red Eyes from your hand or graveyard once per turn, because they had to obviously errata it. Obviously, that was way too powerful. And then from there, this is what you're going to be using to bring out with Black Metal Dragon. You're going to be searching for this. And then we've got 3 copies of Noctovision Dragon, because this is a great tech card. This is going to allow you, if you special summon a Dragon-type monster, a Dark Dragon-type monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is great. That's mainly what you're going to be doing, and you're going to be using it for fodder because it is a level 7, so that is going to be a great way to go in your triple Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. And then we have 1 copy of Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms. Great card because this is going to honestly if you remove from play 2 dragon type monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be dumping this into the graveyard using Dragon's Ravine, and then from there, you're going to be special summoning it back from the graveyard. All right, and then we have, now we're going to be going on to the Rocket cards. So first we've got Rocket Tracer, 2 copies, and Rocket Recharger. You can add another Rocket Tracer if you want. If you want to go for more an Exceed build. I wanted Rocket Recharger and Rocket Tracer in here because this is what allows you to go into your Borreload Savage Dragon, or if you can't afford that, you can go into a Draco Berserker the Tenyai, which will really help you with this deck to be able to get that one negate on the field that you are going to be able to need. And then next turn, what I usually do is once they've used up all their, I can have my Red Eyes Fusion, bring that out, and then slam down the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and being able to negate in the furthest, so it becomes 2 negates on the field. All right, so also Tracer is great because Tracer is going to allow you to, when you activate a spell card or you activate a card or whatever, you can actually destroy the spell card even though it doesn't negate it, and then you can special summon a charger or special summon a rocket monster from your deck. So that's mainly what you're going to be using it for. And then you have Absolute Router Dragon, so if you control a rocket monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and also it is a level 7, so it is going to go into a lot of your combos. And then that's going to be it for the Rocket engine. So now we're just going to have the 1 copy of Dark Magician. I wanted to include this in here because I am running Dragoon, and this is a very helpful card. Only thing is, it does, unfortunately, if it does brick, it can mess you up, but it doesn't really count it because if you have Romulus, you can special summon it from your hand, and that can kind of help you out a lot. All right, so that's going to be it for the actual monsters. Now we're going to move on to the hand traps. So believe it or not, I now have hand traps in here. I've got 2 effect failures and Ghost Ogre the Snow Rabbit. I like this as it is. Maybe one day I may replace these with another Ghost Ogre, or play these maybe with Ash. But as of right now, I like this lineup because it does work, and you only really need the hand traps in here for the deck because the deck is kind of loaded already with like really important tech cards and stuff. All right, so that's going to be it for the monsters. Let's move on to the spells. So first, your Red Eyes Fusion. This is going to help you bring out Dragoon. And then you got Red Eyes Insight. Send a Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard to be able to add a Red Eyes spell and trap from your deck to your hand. That's important because this is what's going to help you get Red Eyes Fusion. And then you've got 3 copies of Allura Darkness. This is going to give you your excellent draw power because you can draw 2 cards and then banish a dark monster from your hand. Obviously, that is not going to affect you because if you have Red Eyes Darkness, the Dragon Steel, which will allow you to add back especially summon a banished monster from your banished zone. And then you have 3 copies of Quick Launch. Quick Launch is great. This is what's going to be used as a trigger point to special summon a Rocket Tracer to be able to go into your combos. This is a great card, honestly, because it is not once per turn. So if you do draw 2 of these, you can use both of them. And then we've got 2 copies of Dragon Shrine. This is a sweet card to be able to add in here because essentially you're going to be dumping a Red Eyes monster into your graveyard and then dumping possibly another one, or you can even put your Tempest Dragon or Lord of the Storms. Okay, and then we got 1 copy of 1-for-1. If you don't have your copy of Black Metal Dragon in your hand, you can add it that way. It makes it a lot easier. And then 1 Call by the Grave, because this is going to be able to activate this, banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. And then we've got 1 copy of Boot Sector Launch. Boot Sector Launch is going to be searched out using Striker Dragon's effect, and it's mainly in there for discard fodder because you're going to need something to discard using Diligentous Dragon's effect. And then Dragon Ravine, which is an amazing card because you can send a level 4 or lower, or you can discard a card to send a Dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard. That's pretty much what you're going to be using for the Tempest effect. You're going to be sending Tempest to the graveyard, and then you're going to be activating its effect from there. And then we've got for the traps 1 Red Eyes Fangwood Chain because it's a great card, and Red Eyes Spirit. This will allow you to special summon a Red Eyes monster back from your graveyard, and then this is going to be able to equip to a monster, which will increase your attack of the monster that it battles, which is very important in this deck. All right, so that's going to be it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. So first, obviously, we have Dragoon in all his glory. Dragoon is amazing. I'm so glad they reprinted this in the Twin Tins. This is great because he becomes a negate. Now, I, for one, am kind of different. I don't like using Dragoon on the first turn because I don't like using all my resources. The object for me is to burn you and then have my Borreload Savage Dragon help out, and then my turn play Red Eyes Dragoon and kind of have 2 negates on the field if you were not able to get Borreload. Plus, I'm still burning you for damage. So I prefer to have that. Obviously, we all know what Red Eyes Dragoon does. And then we have Borreload Savage Dragon. If you cannot afford Borreload Savage Dragon, that is completely okay. We have Draco Berserker the Tenyi. This is going to be your Omni Negate, and this is going to be help you kind of get rid of over your opponent's monsters and stuff if need be. And then obviously the star of the show, the triple copies of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. I love this card to pieces. This is burn if they breathe, if they fart, if they do any kind of humorous thing whatsoever. Even if they so much as pick their nose, they're going to pay 500 life points. So if you get 3 of these on the field, that's 1,500 life points per card or effect, meaning they have about 6 turns or 6 moves to get rid of this thing. And this thing cannot be destroyed by battle or cannot be destroyed by card effects as long as it has Exceed material. So very, very hard to get over. And then we have Queen Dragoon Djinn. Queen Dragoon Djinn is a great little tech card because honestly, you can use this to special summon a Red Eyes monster from your graveyard, and it is a rank 4. I would personally, if you want to go into the Draco or go into something, because you can still be able to get all 3 of those without using her, but if you want to use her, you can. And then that's going to be it for the Exceed. Now we're going to move on to the other monsters. We have Bora Endragon, which is a great tech card because it's very easy to get this out, especially summon it. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and neither player can target this card with card effects, and also this can attack all monsters on your opponent's side of the field, and it is 3,500, so it's pretty strong. Darkness Metal, the Dragon of Dark Steel. That's such a goofy name. Basically, what you're going to be using this guy for, this is going to allow you to special summon a Red Eyes Dragon from your graveyard or from that's been banished, which is very, very helpful, and it's very easy to get out. And then we have Quadboro Dragon and Diligent Dragon. So these kind of go in conjunction because you're going to be using this. You're going to have this pointed downwards for Diligent Dragon's effect, and then you're going to activate its effect to discard a card, destroy this card, and which will allow you to special summon 2 rocket monsters and Diligent Dragon back to the field, which will give you more fodder. I love using that card. And then we have Dragonity Knight Romulus. This is going to allow you to add Dragon Ravine from your deck to your hand. Mainly, that's what it's here for. Also, on your turn, if you have a level 7 monster, or if you have a monster in here, you can actually activate its effect and special summon it, which is, you want to be able to do that. Heavenly Spears will stop your opponent because it's kind of an interrupt, because if they go to activate an effect, you can actually send a card back, and also, have this. So the object I this would be to do that. If you have alternative or whatever, then you can go and you have the 4,800 Red Eyes, which is a great play. And then we have Striker Dragon, which is one of the best cards because this is the best starter. You want to get this card. You're going to be using this mainly for the Black Metal Dragon because you're going to be summoning it using Black Metal Dragon, and that's going to continue with your play because this is going to allow you to add a Boot Sector launch from your deck to your hand. And then Guard Pissy Dragon, which is great because this is going to allow you to special summon from your graveyard your Black Metal Dragon. And then lastly, you have Link Kuriboh, because if you can't do anything, this is also going to protect you from getting attacked by life points. Also, it is level 1 monster, so that's exactly what either the Blackstone Legend or the Black Metal Dragon is going to be. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. This deck is so much fun. I love this version of the deck. I know that it is somewhat outdated now, but to me, I don't really care because to me, this is just, it's special, and I love being able to use Red Eyes Dragon Link because I actually feel that it is the most powerful, and I actually feel that it is more consistent. It is, even though it's more combo based, it works a lot better, and it's just me personal preference. If you want to see me build my Red Eyes branded and actually showcase that, you can post that on the comment section below, and I may actually do it because I have the stuff ready for it, and I actually did have it. I did test hands, I worked on it, I played with it. And I mean, I just, like I said, all in all, wasn't really a big fan of it because I'm not really a super big fan of like having a lot of fusions in the deck. But I mean, if you wanted me to, that is something totally up to you. If you post it and say that you like it, eventually I may actually reconsider it. So that's going to be it. And with that, get all my Red Eyes Dragons on the field. So cool. All right. So with that, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.